What's going on, Kicks Army? Today I'll be doing a sneaker drawing on the Air Jordan 1 Retro Court Purple set to release later on this month, as well as talking about a back and forth conversation between a fan and Kevin Durant. Let's get it! First of all, if you guys enjoy these daily sneaker drawing videos, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bounce past that bell to get post notifications. And you guys already know, if you see a stencil on the screen, that same stencil is available on my website, KicksArt.com. There's well over 170 different stencils, and when I say well over, I mean in between 170 and 180, but hey, that counts. Everything on there is free. It's a great resource to use if you love coloring sneakers, or if you just want to print out stuff for free, then I guess you could do that too. Go ahead, check it out, and if there's a stencil that you want to see added to the website that's not already on there, there's a hack for that. You can go ahead and you can send me a request through the contact tab at the top of the page. Now, this is the Air Jordan 1 Retro Court Purple that's set to release the 22nd of this month. Retail price is of course $160, and this is also releasing the same day as the Air Jordan 1 Retro Pine Green. Now, with these Air Jordan 1s, they don't really do anything too different. They keep it pretty simple. They just change the color on the heel and the forefoot. But with that being said, in my personal opinion, they're pretty dope. Like, the Air Jordan 1 is just an iconic silhouette. It's such a good sneaker. It keeps it so simple, but yet it has that right level of complexity in it that makes it nice. And I don't wear any purple whatsoever, but I'd wear these. And because I know you guys are wondering, hey, KicksArt, are you gonna cop these? Of course the answer is no. I can't cop anything. I am broke. Sing it with me. But if you guys like these sneakers and you want to cop them, they will be available later on this month. Make sure you get in touch with your local retailers to see if they'll have them in stock. Otherwise, good luck on the sneakers app. Now, before we get into some Kevin Durant goodness, and trust me when I say it's good, I do want to kind of talk about some real quick, kind of get it off my chest. I'm gonna be 100,000 with you guys today. I'm being really honest, I'm being genuine, transparent. I did not want to upload a video today. Now, I know some of you guys are appalled. You're like, what? I cannot believe, how could you say such a thing, KicksArt? What is wrong with you? And here's the thing. So I had woken up at around 3 o'clock in the morning, early this morning, because I had to do a lot of last minute schoolwork or whatever. And man, you know, just busy all day with school stuff. Afterward, I came home, I had to do homework stuff. Today was just a really busy day. Like, I took like a quick 1 hour nap in between the day, and when I woke up, I felt so guilty that I took that 1 hour nap, because if I had used that 1 hour nap, I could have gotten some good stuff done, you know, got some stencils done a little bit earlier. You're gonna see, if you go on my Instagram, links in the description down below, that if you check when I posted, it's kind of later on than I usually like to. And to get into the mindset of, okay, I have to draw out this video, I have to get the camera ready, I have to get my setup ready, I have to turn on these lights, I have to get the markers ready, I have to make sure that whatever I'm drawing stays within the lines, and that takes some effort, you know, so it's a process to make these videos. Like I said, I'll be honest, I just wasn't really feeling it today. I'm like, man, I'm just tired. I want to relax, even though I do have a million things I have to work on. I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill. That's all I want to do, is I want to chill. But something within me, whether it's deep inside my heart, deep inside my brain, maybe it's tucked somewhere in the spleen, I don't care where it is, something said, KicksArt, just get in front of your computer, go ahead, print out the stencil, get the stencil ready, tape it down, get your colors ready, and just do it. Just do it. Go ahead, work at it for 5 minutes. If you want to quit after 5 minutes, fine. But just go ahead and get all that stuff down and just try it. At the very least, you can say, have you done that? And it's funny because after like a minute of drawing, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm not going to not do this. Well, that's a double negative. There's no way that I'm not going to not complete. That's still a double negative. You know what I mean? Like, point is, if I didn't upload this video today, it wouldn't have been because I'm lazy, it's because I didn't want to start. And on days where I'm feeling low on motivation, I'm feeling low on energy, what I do is, instead of playing music while I'm drawing, I put on motivational videos or something that relates to the arts and graphic design that could teach me something, so that way I'm learning passively while I'm working. And I happened to stumble across this video. I'm gonna link in the description because I thought it was really powerful. It was talking about the mindset of a professional versus an amateur. There was a quote somewhere in the video, and guys, listen to this. Quote, "The professional knows that the mundane physical act of sitting down and starting to work sets in motion a mysterious process that produces inspiration. The amateur waits for inspiration. The professional knows that it will come after he starts." And it's like, after I heard that, I'm like, okay, I don't care if I lose sleep, I'm uploading a video today, it's gonna happen. To kind of summarize everything, and I like being real with you guys because not only is it therapeutic for me, it's also, I think, interesting for you as a listener. Guys, doing these videos is tough because it's not just the videos, it's the social media brain that goes with it. It's a lot of research and a lot of other stuff that goes around this whole KicksArt thing. And it's usually at least a good 4 hours in the day. And if I'm doing this every day, like I'm saying I'm doing this every day, that's 4 hours every day. Even when I don't have those 4 hours, I still have to put in those 4 hours. Point is, whether I wanted to or not today, I sharpened my sword. I got a little bit better, I executed, and if everything were to be erased and all we had was the internet and aliens are like looking at what happened today, it will show that I existed, that I uploaded an episode, that I did my 2 stencils, that I put in the work, regardless of if I wanted to or not. And it's because of that notion in and of itself, it's because I didn't want to do this, it's because I did it anyway, that this drawing is my favorite drawing in a while. Not because it's better than anything else I've done, because of what it meant to me and the moment in which I was doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to draw, if you want to do anything in life, do it a little bit every day. Just start. I'm telling you, it will change your life because it changed mine. And don't get me wrong, I don't know what the future holds. In a month or two, I could stop doing daily videos or whatever, something crazy can happen. But all I can say is, as of today, what stopped me from quitting was me not quitting. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if it is, somebody quote me, please. Somebody. I need somebody to quote me on that. Now, enough with all the motivational talk, enough with all the bragging and whatever. We got some good basketball stuff to talking about, and it involves our favorite superhero, Kevin Durant. So apparently, on Instagram, a fan, or I guess it wouldn't be a fan, it'd be somebody who's a fan of the NBA, but not a fan of Kevin Durant, had wrote to Kevin Durant through the DMs, you know, down in the DMs on Instagram, and apparently they got into a little bit of an exchange. I will have images of the screenshots on the screen so you guys can refer to that, and you're going to notice that in some of these passages there are some choice words that I am absolutely not going to say out loud. You can read them and you can do with that information what you will. But guys, this is some pretty interesting stuff, so I kind of wanted to break this down piece by piece, layer by layer. So for starters, I don't know the person's name who wrote to him, but that almost doesn't really matter. The person said, KD, how you sleep at night knowing you ruined the league and your 3 rings mean nothing? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Must be tough. Before I get into anything else, he really should have like double checked his passage. Kevin Durant only has 2 rings. The Warriors over the past 4 years have 3 rings, but that would be Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, those guys, not Kevin Durant. But I'm gonna leave that to the side because it's not too important, and the rest of this is actually really interesting. So we'll just kind of let him slide on this one, let him live. Kevin Durant responded, nah, I sleep really well at nights. I would imagine so. This guy makes what, 100+ million a year or something like that? Okay, maybe not 100+ million, but he makes a lot. We know he makes a lot. He's got endorsements and stuff like that. Oh, then this guy responded, don't lie, bruh. You joining Steph Curry, I can't say that word, the guy who beat you in the Western Conference Finals, weak move. To which Kevin Durant responded, I know, I still get good sleep. The guy responds, I respect your honesty. Kevin Durant says, you still mad? Question mark. Guy responds, win a ring by your own. You still a top 2 in the league, meaning a top 2 player in the league. And he goes on to say, I'm not mad, but I hated that move. Katie's like, stop hating, LOL. It had nothing to do with you. Guy says, be honest, do you regret that move? Really hard questions here, really pressing Kevin Durant. So far, this is a really genuine, interesting exchange. I love it. Kevin asks the question, why would I? Guy responds, because you're wasting your prime years winning rings that means nothing in Golden State. Kevin asks him, how am I wasting anything? Guy says, prime years. You could easily compete in another team. Kevin asks again, how am I wasting my prime years? Question mark. Guy responds, playing Golden State next to Steph Curry. And then Kevin Durant says, we play well together. Now, here's a few things I kind of want to unpack. So in terms of his overall goal, if Kevin Durant wants to win the most championships possible, he is doing the right thing by staying in Golden State. There's no doubt about that. Why? Because Golden State without him was the best team in the league. I understand Cleveland beat them that year, but there was a lot of circumstances that went into that. And with Kevin Durant joining the Warriors, they were absolutely the best team, obviously because they won the past 2 years. Could Kevin Durant go to any other team, maybe form a new super team, maybe join a super team and still win? Yes, possibly. Could he still stay in Golden State and win? Yes, obviously, and that would probably be the easiest thing for him to do. So it wouldn't be fair to say that he's wasting his prime because he's not. If anything, he's maximizing his prime because he's not putting too much of a load on himself. However, how that looks on him is a completely different story, which we're going to get into. And that last point that he made, we play well together, of course. Kevin Durant's the kind of person that would play well with almost anybody. When you're in that upper echelon of players, you just kind of are like that. And Stephen Curry, being the kind of person that he is, would play well with anybody else as well because he is a facilitator. Of course, he's a scorer, but he can pass the ball just as well to somebody else who'd be effective when needed. The guy responds, you were 1/4 away from beating him. Really good point, really good point. But this is where he screws it up. He also says, LeBron would never do that. And this is where I feel like he loses a lot of the leverage in this discussion. First of all, why is Kevin Durant responding to this guy? And if you're in this position, guy, why just stay on Kevin Durant? You don't have to bring anybody else into this equation that doesn't need to be brought in, because bringing in LeBron only kind of helps Kevin Durant's point a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And you don't want to try to help him out in this point. So, again, the guy says LeBron would never do that. Kevin says, yeah, he did with Wade, who was a monster himself, and they played well together and became one of the best duos ever. I don't see a problem. Guy says LeBron never joined the enemy. Kevin Durant replies, we have no enemies, lol. The media created that BS, which stands for something else, but thankfully he used the acronym for that, you know what I'm saying? We all grew up playing with and against each other. It's a respect, not hate. I think he meant to put it's respect, not hate. The A didn't have to be there, but it's okay, Kevin Durant, no worries. And that's an interesting point too. So what happened in the newer age of basketball as opposed to ye olde days, because of the invention of AAU basketball, a lot of the elite players know each other way before they get into the league. They either play with each other or against each other, and by default, you kind of build that relationship. Whether or not you like them is a different story, but you know these other good players ahead of time, way ahead of time when you guys are kids. That is a way different dynamic than, you know, being in high school, and if you're Magic Johnson and you hear about this kid named Larry Bird, you're like, who the heck is that? But anyway, back to the discussion. The guy said, but he never joined the team that beat him. Kevin Durant said, my pride doesn't get in the way of my development. Okay, interesting response, interesting response. I can't hate you too much, but at the same time, I don't love it. But anyway, let's keep going. The guy says, you chose the easy route, I guess. Kevin replies, creatively I might add, nothing this good is ever easy. And we kind of know that's true because last season they should have lost to the Rockets. They really should have. The Rockets kind of blew it and they still managed to pull it out. Guy responds, tell me one challenge you've had playing Golden State. It's all easy over there. Kevin's like, what's easy? Guy says, man, Warriors have the West All-Stars in the starting lineup. Kevin Durant replies, Boogie hasn't played a minute with us yet. Calm down. Which, I mean, okay, again, kind of a good point, kind of not, because he's on the team. Anyway, that doesn't matter, let's keep going. Guy's like, well, so you have 4 of the West All-Stars. You want LeBron, question mark? Kevin's like, he's good in LA. Guy responds, I could play this 5 and y'all be winning by 30. Kevin, again with a good comeback, is like, we losing by 30 with you in the lineup. Who can you guard in the NBA? And then a separate question mark. Like, that's some real stuff right there. This guy's like, I can definitely guard Zaza Pachulia. Kevin Durant says, heck no. And the guy says, you won 2 rings with that cat. Kevin's like, I know. The league is better than it's ever been. Guy in all caps with a lot of question marks is like, how? How? Kevin's like, more people watch than ever before. I believe that's true. That might not be 100% true, but the NBA is getting popular by the year, so we'll give him that. He's like, it's never been this popular. You upset we beat the Cavs 2 years in a row? Question mark. Guy's like, yes, I'm upset. People were watching how LeBron dominated y'all these 2 years. You can't beat LeBron by yourself. And that's an interesting point. Back when LeBron was in Miami, and whenever they'd go up against OKC when Kevin Durant was on there, I forget what the number was, but LeBron and the Heat won most of those exchanges. And then as we know in this past finals, game 1, LeBron had like 51 points and it was a close game. It was a tie game. J.R. Smith had a layup. We won't get into that, but we know what he's trying to say. Kevin implies the game isn't played one-on-one, and that's all I have for that. And I just gotta say, very, very interesting exchange between those two people. Now, the guy did ask a lot of valid questions. He did make a lot of valid points. He probably didn't articulate it in the way that it should have been that really would have forced Kevin Durant to give a clear-cut answer on some of these issues. However, this guy also probably didn't expect Kevin Durant to respond unless this guy's account is a fake account by Kevin Durant and this whole thing was fake, set up by Kevin Durant to kind of put this stuff out there in the media. Like, I don't want to get too into the conspiracy theories on this, but assuming this is a real exchange, it's just really interesting to kind of see this perspective from Kevin Durant. And you know what? The way I honestly feel, I'm just waiting to see what happens this season and next season. And then whatever happens with Kevin Durant, whatever happens with the Warriors, mainly if they lose. If they lose this season and he leaves, that will say a lot, especially if where he goes is somewhere like the Lakers or to another already built super team. Because if he goes somewhere new, like New York or wherever else, and he builds a new super team and he brings that team a championship, then I can't fault him too much for going to Golden State, because it's a similar story to what happened with LeBron going to Miami. But that's just my opinion. I didn't even want to upload a video today, and this video is 15 minutes long, so it's amazing what good can happen from stuff that you don't expect. I don't know, this is a fun video. Let me know what you guys think about this whole little conversation down in the comment section down below. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bounce past that bell to get post notifications. Don't forget to check out KicksArt.com for all your sneaker stencil needs, and make sure to check out all the other videos on the channel. You guys already know that I upload daily videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yay!